Hello, everybody. I'm Raeth, and I'm joined with AusSoldier, and CollectorMatt, and Jards. I'm going to be talking about the shit, ADHD. So what I'll start with is a pet peeve of mine, one that's happened to me twice in the last month, and it's really shit me off. And it is when you talk about having ADHD, and you talk about the struggles you're having. So let's say for me, it's studying. I can't study for shit. And then someone with absolutely no experience says to you, ADHD isn't an excuse. I know plenty of successful people with ADHD.
I personally don't like using it as an excuse, but like I learn to live within my limits. So like I'm shit at studying and I can't concentrate for shit. But like I know people normally are gonna have like, it I've come across those people that just don't have the time all day, like with anything, and like fuck them in general. But at the end of the day, business is business, and I've come to the realization that like it's none of the situation's going to change. So
yeah, no, I get that. And look, that's one thing that's why I don't snap at people who say that, because
I'll snap at them. I'll still snap at them, but I don't care. But
I won't because like the part of me is like, you don't know what you're fucking talking about. Shut the fuck up. But the back of my brain is like, they don't need to know all this. They don't need to be an expert on this, so they don't know any better. But it's not their fault. It's not like it's coming from a place of maliciousness. It's just, that's what they think. Because there plenty of people with ADHD who are really successful because they have a way of using their hyperfocus and actually manipulating it. If I could do that, I'd probably be far more intelligent than I am now. I just can't. And another big thing of the topic is probably what we'll discover as we're talking through. No two people with ADHD have the same symptoms and the same reactions. So what's your biggest pet peeve, Matt? Whether with having ADHD or with like people's reaction to it.
Damn, man. I guess it's like how regulated like some of the medication is, and like how like people that are on the medication are forced to like go to and pay for like a psychiatrist appointment that costs like $600 or $400. Because it's like, yeah, cool, yes, I don't want to jump off a cliff. Thank you. You've certified that I'm of sound health, and I give you $600 for that, so I can keep taking my medication I need to work and to function. That shits me off the most. Like, why? It doesn't achieve anything. If it actually achieved something, and like they did some tests or I did something, sure, I can get behind that. But like, if it's just to tick a box to make someone or else happy or something, yeah. But
As someone who can't get medication because of the expense of that, I feel that in the base of my shaft.
Oh, okay.
like it really. I've been trying to find a way to find some doctor that might be kind enough to bulk bill, because I can't afford. It's going to be about $1,600 just to get re-diagnosed and to get put on skims.
Have you heard of Zip Pay?
I don't want access to that. It's another part. It's like Zip Pay, Afterpay, all that shit. I don't want to have access to that because I made the mistake about 5 years ago about getting a credit card You don't want to see that fucking thing.
Yeah, I don't think short-term or like payday loans are a good idea in general.
They aren't, and I use them a lot, but like Afterpay and Zip. But I use them with the two conditions. One, if I can't afford to pay for it with my own cash, I ain't getting it. But if I can't buy it outright at the time, I ain't paying for it. And two, do I need it? Like, so I used Zip today on my dentist bill, which was like $400 because I'm just like, I don't want to transfer money from my savings too much to pay for this because I'm not going to get my insurance payment. First world problems, but I'm very hard on those sort of things. I don't fuck with a credit card because why am I going to pay interest to use my own money? That's just dumb. With these ones is I pay it off before I get charged interest. I'm in charge of it, and you know, I don't let the debt rule for long. Like, I do get anxious about being in debt, even though I can clear it at any time. But yeah.
So there's another big glaring difference between me and Matt is he seems to be okay with money. I'm fucking shit with it. It doesn't help that my fortnightly expenditure just on stuff that I need and bills pretty much matches my pay.
Oh yeah, that's there's a lot of factors in that, like geographically. I live in the country where things are a lot cheaper. Things like that. I attest a lot of my money sense to my anxiety though. I'm just anxious. I hate money. I don't like seeing bills, so how do I solve that? I'm always in credit with everything.
See, I wonder if you being medicated has helped you do that, because with me, I'm anxious about it as well. I hate being in debt, but when the purchase comes, or when the option for that purchase comes, I'm not thinking of that. It's just ooh shiny.
Dude, I make a lot of impulse purchases myself. Some of them I regret, but not many.
It looks like we're going to get a new guest. I don't know if he can jump straight in or not. I'm just waiting to see. Yeah, Phil looks like he wants to join in. But while we're here, let's start with questions. So, Oz, you're the most awkward feeling about this, so I'll get you to ask the first one.
Motherfucker.
It's always best. It's always best going first, because then you don't have to follow up on someone else's brilliant question. Welcome, Twoop. How you going, bro?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Hey.
So I don't know if you caught the beginning of the stream. We were just talking about our pet peeves and a couple of differences that we've got.
No, I didn't actually. I was dealing with business.
Torian went on a really weird. Rafe went on a really weird tangent about like the 1940s, and like I thought it was kind of cringe, but like he just kept going on and on about some solution. I was like, bro, this is weird.
Some solution. God.
Fucking doxes me and makes me out to be a Nazi, you dick. So yeah, at the moment we're just going to see if any of the neurotypicals have a question, anything they're curious about. We're starting with Oz because he's the most worried and awkward about it. So if he gets his question first, maybe you'll get some rhythm. By the way, Twoop is possibly ADHD, but not diagnosed. He's unsure.
All right. Here's one. When did you think that you had ADHD, or when did you get it diagnosed? Like, did signs appear, or?
Yep, my parents diagnosed me, or got me diagnosed, because when I was a child, they noticed that they could be talking to me about something and I would just be like, look away, start looking at something else. And it was very hard to maintain my focus. So they took me to a pediatrician and got diagnosed.
My question, sorry, I don't mean to cut in.
That was the end. I was about to open it to you to answer your version of the question.
I have a question for you about that though. So you said you've already been diagnosed, and my story is close to exactly the same. But I went back to the original doctor because they had all the paperwork from when I was a kid, and they're obligated to keep that paperwork. So I didn't need to get re-diagnosed. They already knew. So my question to you, Rafe, is why do you have to get re-diagnosed if you've been diagnosed?
Because when my dad took me off stimulants, because he didn't want me on them,
Yeah.
from that point onwards until fairly recently, I never really sought any medical records about it. Because up until about midway through my career here at the company we work for that I won't mention, I wasn't interested. I didn't think I needed them. But when I did go start needing them, the specific pediatrician that I went to no longer practices, and the pediatrician office, because it was actually part of a hospital, it's not a pediatric doctors anymore. It's a podiatry.
Damn.
So the records have gone.
Damn. Not even part of like my health record or anything, or like did they change that long before?
Dude, we're talking 1998, man.
Yeah, I wasn't sure the time frame.
Yeah, no.
So in the
time.
in the 90s, there was a very high influx of, you've got attention, like bad attention. Here's some Ritalin, and like I was part of that in '92 when I was born in '92. Sorry, but like it was a very similar to the you have a Rottweiler, it's aggressive sort of attitude. So like every kid that comes in gets free Ritalin essentially, which I'm not complaining about. But I'm the same. My story is similar to Torian's, where I went off them for years. Funny enough, when I hit puberty, my mother decided to take me off it, which probably wasn't the best idea for my growth and development. But I think when I started to go to TAFE, I put myself back on them. I went and visited my doctor, who was still practicing, and I got lucky and got those medicines, and then experienced a lot of the wicked side effects that it has as well. So yeah, now I'm still on them, and I'm on a lot of other medications for it as well.
Yeah.
What are some of those side effects?
So it amplifies any pre-existing stuff, like for anxiety, depression, things like that, and panic. So now I've got to take it's been classified as panic disorder. So I take like medication for that, and it's like they use that with people for like spasticity and muscle problems as well. So I take those tablets, and then I take other tablets which are for like anger outbursts. So if for some reason I go postal, I take one of those, and it completely lowers my blood pressure, and sort of But it's just the Ritalin is sort of amplifies everything I had existing.
Oh, that was a good question, Oz. It was actually a lot more thorough than I thought. Twoop, you haven't actually been diagnosed, but when did you start thinking you've got it?
I mean, my whole life I've had issues. Obviously, attention, the main one. I can't sit through a meeting without just trailing off, basically.
Oh, dude, I got the best thing for that. I'll show you. One sec.
I'm like the biggest fidgeter I know. Just all the small, obvious things, really.
Have you...
Interrupting people. I finish people's sentences all the time, and it even annoys me, to be honest.
I get that. And you got the stream open?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, look at this thing, man.
That one, is that the
You just sit there and play with your sausage during meetings?
Yeah. I'll literally do it on camera too, and people will be giving me weird looks like, what the fuck is that?
That's actually pretty cool.
And the noises too, like...
That's not coming through.
it's coming through a little bit.
Yeah, my mic's got really good sound, noise dampening, so...
It's like a hose, not a hose pipe, but like a pipe that can like compress and extend thing. Kind of like a slinky, but not.
and it does wonders in meetings. I did not think it would, because so many times I'll be in a meeting and I'll be like, the phone comes out, I'll mute it and I'll be on YouTube or something.
I'm amazed I haven't gotten massive trouble for that, to be honest. Like getting my phone out during meetings.
But yeah, ever since my wife got me this, because she just bought it on a whim. It's like, oh, it might help you and stuff like that. I thought, nah, I'm not going to do it. I find myself playing with it so much. It's unreal.
So, the previous company that I worked at before, the one that shall not be named, the one that was bought out, the owner of that, which you obviously knew,
Yes.
he hated any noise, like clicking pens, anything that clicks, anything that makes noise on a repetitive motion. He cannot stand it. He snaps.
Yeah.
Like he was. Yeah, so I wasn't allowed pens anywhere near my desk. There was actually one day that before he came to work, his wife went around to everyone's table and replaced them with just like normal, big pens that don't click.
Did they have lids though?
Yeah, lids. The lids were removed pretty quickly, to be honest.
Because I remember my mum doing that. Yeah, my mum doing that. She took my clicky pens away and gave me big pens with lids, and I started going.
Yeah. So there was a lot of getting in trouble for that. And my replacement, who you also know, he was a massive fidgeter as well. So.
Yes. Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yep.
That was good. You got the ball rolling on us. I don't know what you were worrying about. I mean, you could take part in the conversation a little bit more if you want, but it's all right.
I'm sitting here as the only normal person.
No, Jards is normal.
Experience.
Jards is normal.
I mean, define normal.
Neurotypical. Neurotypical. Okay. No one here is actually normal because we're all a bunch of nerds. But yeah,
It's true.
neurotypical.
Well, and the other major thing is memory. I cannot remember a thing past a few minutes.
Yes.
So that's another big one.
I think
So basically everyone.
I think that's become a lot. I don't know what it is, but I have found that my memory has been waning a little bit more.
I honestly think this might sound a little conspiracy theory-ist. I honestly think food preservatives are affecting people's brains across the board. Because like people in their 30s now have much worse memories than people in their 30s 20 years ago. And the only common thing is food.
But, well, not really. People that are 30 years ago, they also used lead for their fuel, so...
We should probably start using lead again. Maybe it'll fix our memory.
Taking away our lead!
I'm pretty sure that was proven to be the thing that was causing issues.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
Fairly certain the Roman Empire fell because of that.
In saying that, I think my personal stance on it is it's more related to the type of content we consume nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I feel like it's the shorter bursts, your shorts, your TikToks, even like just Twitter timelines and Facebook timelines and stuff.
Yeah,
but I never really
think
did
that does it.
It kind of seems like it's generating some sort of like artificial version of ADHD.
Yeah.
In otherwise neurotypical people. I do get that. I agree with that. I have seen that.
So I'm trying to limit myself and get back to reading, because I think reading is what helps extend it a bit.
Or depression.
And obviously,
memory got
at least for neurotypical it might help extend. I'm not sure about things, but just switching the content I consume, I think, will help.
So
I wouldn't really call it long-term memory that is affected though. Like it's very short-term memory.
Well, I'd say it's your midterm, your short to midterm.
Yeah. Midterm's probably the better one, because the midterm's the one that like sits there behind the one that you just thought of.
Yeah.
So
because then I'll remember something from like 6 months ago, like for some networking thing, and I'll be like, oh, that's how I do that thing.
Right. So, Nahi, welcome to. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Welcome to the stream. Were you talking about long term with depression being caused by short term stuff or ADHD? Just
I think that reads like, or depression causing long-term memory to get annihilated. That's how I read that.
No.
Possibly.
One thing I really hate is like you're minding your own business and then suddenly you remember something really like nasty from like 15 years ago and you're like, why'd that come back?
That's adulthood, man. The amount of times I'll sit there and I'll be like just watching TV or something, and all of a sudden I'll be like, and my wife will be like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I remember something I did when I was 15, and it was so cringy."
I don't really get that because I'm just like, that happened.
Okay. So I'm gonna go around the room, starting with myself, and I want everyone to remember one super cringy thing they did when they were in high school. All right, I'll start with mine, and it is fucking cringe as hell. When I was 15, and I first started really getting into learning that I loved metal and I loved the whole metalhead gothic chic type thing. Like that was my thing. I went overboard with it. And for some strange reason was possessed in one of my classes to stand up and ask the substitute teacher, "Hey, sir, guess who's goth in this class?" Me. It physically hurts me to remember that shit.
Yeah. Why? Why though?
I don't know why I did it. And the worst thing about it was like, literally after I said it, I started cringing, going, "Why the fuck did I just say that?" Struggling with depression for 10 years. Depression sucks. Depression sucks, man. I am uncertain whether my depression is just depression or it's caused by my ADHD, because a lot of studies coming out now are saying that ADHD does trigger depression and anxiety-like symptoms. So I can't tell, because you can have them separately or they could be together. But I do know depression. And so, yeah, I feel that. I don't know if you have any like particular type of stress triggers. I know I do, because I have PTSD from my father taking his own life. And every now and again, something will remind me of his voice, and it sets me on a spiral. Okay, I got to lighten the mood now. Let's move on. Damn it, I promised I wasn't going to do this. Okay, so someone neurotypical. Let's go, Jards. Jards, what's your...
See, now I have to unlock the memories from high school.
Come on, you fucking neuro. you neuron.
You fucking wrinkle brain.
Neuro-T.
Wait, hang on. There's already a term for it. We're not using it. Normie.
Normie. That sounds so generic though when you say it like normie. It's just like, so I'm just a person.
Yeah, you fucking human.
Doesn't seem as derogatory as other ones. Anyway,
I could be worse. I could be like, you cis white heterosexual male. Then the internet hates you though, so I'll refrain from going for that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Trying to.
Yours should be more recent because you're like 19 or some shit.
19, please. 23.
Oh, that's a huge difference. 4 years. Woo.
Basically 19.
Basically a sperm compared to most of us.
It's been 6 years since I graduated.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's anything majorly cringe that I can remember, Corey, because I locked it away. But like, kind of, like I asked a girl out to like the equivalent of prom.
So formal.
And then like formal, yeah, that's it. And then like rejected.
Well, I mean, getting rejected isn't cringe. I mean, like, were you wearing a fedora?
No, yeah, that was my mistake.
Yeah, you didn't walk in with the fedora going, "Milady." That's why. All right, so
But like,
that's pretty mild. It's pretty mild.
yeah, like I don't really remember anything more cringe than that. I kind of like was pretty safe.
Something might pop
from-
up. We might
Yeah, like if
circle
it-
back to you. All right, Matt. Cringe.
Does it have to be school related or?
Look, if you've done something really cringe recently, that's fine.
Nah, not recently. I'm a Chad.
Nice.
I would probably say when I was like 18 or 19, me and like a whole bunch of other people used to go to this local Christian youth group.
That's cringe in
town.
itself.
No. And like as we're starting to get a bit over it and like be like, hang on a minute, these people hate everyone. We like, you know, for the cosplay night, I went there as Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach, but I had the full prop sword like Renji's Bunkai with the spikes coming out of it, and it was full metal. And then I got kicked out by one of the youth leaders, and then I had to walk home, which was like 20 minutes. Like, so I was walking home along the highway with just this sword and like a kimono from Bleach.
That would be awkward, especially if you got pulled over by cops and they're like, "Wait, that sword is metal." That could have gone badly. I suppose where you live, it's a little bit less risky. If I did that, if I walked out my front door with something that looked like a sword, I would get crash tackled and beaten by the police.
Where do you live? Sorry, what
Blacktown.
town?
Yeah.
Ah.
Good old Blacktown.
I am not going to discuss the history of the name of that town on stream.
I mean, does it really need much discussing? It's kind of implied by the name.
It is implied, and that's exactly what you think. Oh, is there photos?
Oh.
I mean,
Because if there's photos, that would be awesome.
Oh. There might be. I'll have a look.
But by the way, if I randomly am talking and then start talking to someone that isn't here, it's because I'm reading chat. No, I wish. Damn. Okay.
you got to witness it.
Oz, your turn.
Let's go back to primary school.
That'll do. If you got a cringy one for primary school.
This was what year? Had to have been year 5, year 4, around about that time. Unfortunately, one of our pets contracted fleas and spread to us and started receiving bites, and I didn't know what they were at the time. So, guess what I presented to show and tell?
Did you bring a flea-ridden animal into show and tell?
No, I showed off my flea bites in front of the class.
Look at
I was
the
like, I don't know what these are. Look at these. Oh, that was fucking dumb.
At least it wasn't like a windburn.
No.
Because I remember having windburn and showing it off at school. It's like I've got this windburn. It really, and then someone in the class knew that it was a variation of the herpes virus. So for about a week, I was called Herpes Boy.
Ooh.
So that was that's not cringy. That's fucking painful because it's
That-
like bully kids.
yeah, that's-
But
that hurt.
yes. All right. I think it's Phil's turn.
I mean, it's gonna sound like a cop out, but I really don't remember my childhood. Like,
No.
it was a long time ago. I haven't been to school since year 8. Like,
Fuck, you're lucky. I had to go.
I
all the way to
read-
I had to go all the
I
way
got
to
into
11.
online gaming really early, like late 90s, and from there I just.
All right,
stayed with it.
Ninja. All right.
Isn't Ninja like 12?
He looks like a
No.
sperm, that's for sure.
Yeah, right.
Was that it? You just got into online game? Was that the...
No, like, so it kind of got me to like I stopped going to school. Like, I I have nothing to recall to, man.
See, that's sad. that's not cringe. That like.
I remember like being at school. I wasn't in class much, but I remember being at school. I was in like a gifted program and didn't do much really.
So that sounds like 100%. Like if I had the certificates, I'd be like, yeah, you definitely got ADHD, because that's the type of thing. You're really bright. You've got put a pin in that because there's a topic of conversation for that. But basically, you've got the whole you're really intelligent. You could do better, but you don't because you can't hold your interest.
I have been told that my entire life.
Yes.
Not to, talk myself up.
No,
But
no.
it's been a pretty standard thing. I've been called a waste of a brain more times than I can count.
Yeah. I get that. I think that was everyone's had a cringe moment now, yeah? Except for Jards, who can't think of one, except for getting rejected.
And me that can't think of one.
Yeah, hang on.
Maybe he's just really good at repressing.
Yeah, that's possible too. That's possible.
I wish I had that power.
So circling back to that point I made. So out of our neuro-atypicals here, how many times did you hear in the past, obviously Phil's heard it a lot because he's already said it, the phrase or something similar to, they could do so much better if they would just concentrate or they would just focus in school?
No, I haven't. I don't think I've heard that.
You're really lucky.
Mine was a lot different. Mine was not the focusing part, but like the getting into fights part.
Okay, so you had just the hyperactive strain.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure you'd be aware, but just for the typicals here, there's 3 main strains of ADHD or types. There's hyperactive, there's inattentive, and combined. So Matt's got the hyperactive one. I've got combined. I don't know. Did you have many hyperactive flip outs and stuff, Twoop?
No, I'll kind of think of myself as hyperactive. The whole talks too much. Like, I'm completely different in real life. I definitely put my foot in it a lot just from talking.
Yes, you probably got combined like me as well. But yeah, so with me and Twoop having the same type of thing at school, it's like could do so much better if they just focus. If they just pay attention, they'd be smarter and all that stuff. I recently was watching a video from a professor in psychology who specializes in ADHD, and he's basically done a whole bunch of surveys and a whole bunch of research and all the stuff that smarty pants people do. And has figured out that is actually the worst possible thing a teacher can say to a kid with ADHD. Because
It makes sense.
I mean, there's probably like a bunch of worse things that people could say.
From a teacher to student perspective, that's feasible.
Okay, that's feasible.
That's feasible.
Yeah, okay.
Because there's a YouTube channel that I watch called How to ADHD, and she's got a good term for it called the wall of awful. And basically, when you have a bad reaction to something, it makes it harder for you to commit to that act further. And the more times it happens, the harder it becomes. When you see on your report cards, year after year, the same thing, could do better but won't concentrate, could do better, is distracted at school, blah, 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 it creates this kind of trauma trigger in your brain, which is you're an idiot, even though you're smart, and you'll never do any good because you can't sit down straight. And it really stops you from progressing as far as you could, because all of a sudden you think, everyone thinks I'm smart, but I don't feel smart, so I must be just dumb and a good liar. Or something along those lines. But, yeah, it's very rare. But come in. My missus just giving me a coffee. It's a really big thing. A lot of kids with ADHD go through the same thing. Yeah, I'll cover the camera.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
Do you want Ben?
No. I don't have kitty
Smash.
anymore. Thank you.
Who was asleep on his bed?
Oh, yeah, that's where he was.
You gonna come in with Daddy?
Can you close the door, Bubba?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
I think my missus is getting my kitty cat. Oh, that's hot. But yeah, I didn't know that many kids with ADHD had been told the same thing as I had. But yeah, like through the 90s, it was rampant. Hey, buddy.
See you.
I don't know. Like, wouldn't that just come down to being a shitty teacher?
Look, it's a 50-50 thing. Because part of it is it's not that they will succeed if they could focus, it's the fact that you're a failure of a teacher to hold their focus. But then it's like, it's not really their fault either because they're not trained for it. And it's a failure of the education system to not provide for kids with ADHD. But it's a failure of the system because at the time, at least in the 90s, when we grew up, there wasn't enough research. And ADHD was very much both overdiagnosed and underdiagnosed.
Yeah.
So it's like, it'd be really easy to say, no, your lessons were just too fucking boring and it's your fault. But it's kind of not. Yeah. Easy to lay blame, but logically it's not. So.
Hmm.
Oh, dear. All right, I'm going to go for another round of questions. I'll open this up. Whoever has a question. It doesn't have to be from the typicals.
Do you have that thing where you drink energy drinks and you can go to sleep like straight after?
Yes.
My partner hates that.
Yeah.
Okay. So the basic rundown of it is, with people with ADHD, accelerants act as depressants, and depressants act as accelerants.
That explains my mate.
Yeah. So if I could smash down 6 Vs and still be tired, but if I was to drink alcohol with a whole bunch of mates, you know, when you get drunk, you start getting kind of sleepy and dozy.
Yeah.
I go hyper.
So mine's different. Like, if I drink spirits, it'll hype me up, sort of. But if I drink beer, I'm down for the count. But
Yeah.
I think that's more because of the carbs in it.
It's the carbs and the sugar, because most beer does have sugar in it as well, like gluten, glucose sugar, not normal sugar.
That's 500 IQ right there.
This is the reverse upside down land.
It's great. It's great because like if you're sitting there like smashing energy drinks and stuff like that, people wait for you to start like vibrating and bouncing off the walls, but you're just sitting there chill as hell. Because the only thing, my record is having nine Vs in about an hour.
Yeah, that's fucked.
And
That's a lot.
It felt.
Yeah, nah.
I could feel my bones vibrating,
Nah.
but I had no difference in energy.
Nah, I couldn't do that. I just
Yeah, no.
like, I'll drink like 2 a day. Like, I have it to the point where it's a known placebo effect. Like, I'll have it when I want to start like gaming, and like it'll help me start until maybe like 10, 11 p.m. But yeah,
It's a much more short staying. Like because you get the energy from the sugar, but you don't get it from the caffeine.
Yeah.
So it's a lot shorter of an
And
effect.
it's
like
just,
I can fall asleep while drinking V.
Yeah, it's just when the body's metabolizing the sugar. That's the only time you get the energy. Like, caffeine doesn't affect us. Taurine doesn't affect us. The other shit that's in it that I can't remember doesn't affect us. If anything, it might act as a depressant if you have too much of it.
that's why I like G Fuel, because G Fuel's like cringe gamer fuel, but it's actually got a fuck ton of vitamins in there, like B12 and a whole bunch of other stuff. And with G Fuel, I don't get the same like after or addictive feeling you'd get with energy drinks.
Yeah, it's the supplements in it that provide energy as well don't react the same way as standard like caffeine and sugar.
Yeah.
And so like people with ADHD can metabolize it the same as normal people and actually get the energy. I just can't afford that shit. I'd love to though.
It is stupid expensive in Australia.
Yes.
I've only got a couple of tubs that I bought when they're on special. But yeah.
Okay. Who's next? Question. I'm gonna call someone's name if no one volunteers.
I don't think I've got one at the moment. Hold on.
Google searches good questions.
Just ask, what the fuck am I doing? Just not a sponsor. We are definitely not sponsored by G4 whatsoever.
Just anything you're curious about, like even if it seems something silly.
What the dog doing?
I meant about the topic of ADHD.
Okay.
I don't know what the dog doing. I don't have a dog. I have a cat.
Well, in a way, kind of, bouncing off of that. Can pets like help with ADHD
Yes.
symptoms?
Yes, because especially if you form a bond with them. If you've got a pet and you don't give a shit, it doesn't help. But if you have if you have a pet and you have a bond with them because of that emotional connection, they can kind of be a focus point, and they can wrap your hyper focus. So if you have inattentive or mixed ADHD, there's this thing called hyper focus where it's like, you think of someone with ADHD, they can't focus at all. But there are certain things that a person with ADHD will just focus on that and only that. And pets can do that. And because it's nothing but a calming, relaxing, affectionate thing, it can help with your mental state as well. So if you're suffering depression, anxiety, and you've got a pet you're really close to, you have some pats, you have some cuddles, you play with them, and you can feel better. I've noticed my depression hasn't been nearly as bad since I got Natsu.
Yeah.
It's still terrible, but it's not as bad as it was.
Rather than being like at 100%, it's at 80%.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much. My anxiety is actually significantly better. My depression's still pretty heavy, but my anxiety is a lot better since having Natsu. And it's funny because before I got Natsu, I was like, fuck, no, I don't want cats. I hate cats. I'm a dog person. the day I met Natsu, I'm like, I think I'm a cat person now.
They have that effect.
They have that effect.
Just wish it wouldn't claw the carpet.
Ain't
Ain't that right, Frank?
All pets have that one thing that shits you, or that one little personality trait. But, yeah, I was talking about something, and now I've completely forgot what I was talking about.
Gee, I wonder if you have ADHD.
I wonder. Maybe.
Do you get offended if people call you or something?
No, because and also try not to use the hard R because we're on stream.
Yeah.
I get it.
Tods will get it.
You're
We can't.
You're using it
we
as a
can't be
quote.
full-blown Australian.
Yeah, you're using it in a quote, so that's fine. But no, because I call myself it.
Yeah, fair.
It's probably a bit of the Aussie culture too. We're affected a lot less by words than Americans and Europeans and people in the UK.
Yeah.
We're not quite as weak.
They really don't like the C word over in America. Well, obviously there's a few other words.
Yeah.
God,
But,
I hate that one.
They we'll call each other, mad lads or whatever.
It's a term of endearment here as well.
Yeah, it's an endearment over there.
So, it's not so big in America, so I don't think really TOS is going to really worry. But one saying that we say a lot in Australia, that's really offensive in Britain is bugger.
Bleep bloop.
Wait, really?
Really?
What?
In Australia,
Seriously?
bugger just means damn or something like that.
Yeah.
Bugger means a sex thing, isn't it?
It's like forceful anal sex in Britain.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
He's giving him a right buggering right there.
if
I
you
tell you what.
Yeah. If you say that to someone from the UK, if you go, bugger it, they look at you like, you want me to do the butthole? It's a really bad word over in the UK. Americans
I don't
don't
know.
even use it.
Poms are weird like that, though.
Yes, yeah. Americans don't even use the word, so they're like, "What's that?" But over here, it just means shit. It's cactus.
That's some type of Vegemite.
Vegemite.
See, this is why we put all those points into the survival trap.
I don't know.
Mio, well, I can't read that. Sorry, it's too small. Thanks for following. How you going, man? Say hi. Oh, meow hip. I think that's it.
Meow.
Is it Natsu in disguise?
Correct. No. Natsus would be like Lord of the Home or something like that. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. If you have any questions, by the way, guys, in chat, just post them up. I can actually see chat for a change. And I'll ask them to the team as well.
Lying.
Yeah, you're a team now.
What?
I don't have any other name for it. The pod?
The team.
The
Bro,
cluster?
you be working for too long.
I'm not going to deny that at all.
We all get to that point where we've been working too long. I believe that was about the first week of employment.
I think specifically. Here we go. Okay. How do you guys focus on work while having ADHD? I've been struggling with that. This is a mixed bag because I could give you tips that work for me, but they might not work for Matt, who's also got ADHD. So the people in the chat who've got ADHD are Matt, possibly Twoop. We don't know. He's undiagnosed. But it is different. The part of my kind of focus at work, which is not going to be helpful, is I retain my focus at work by being paranoid that I'm going to get fired if I don't.
I feel like that's not the best attitude, but
The worst thing is, I work from home. My office is right there. So the temptation of having my computer on and playing video games, I don't, but I'm tempted constantly.
See, I'm not tempted, but no, I'm not. I don't think I am. Yeah.
But you don't work Saturdays and Sundays either.
Wait, what?
Well, I mean, I have in the past in this situation working from home at this company.
But that's specific events though. Like I am rostered on.
I used to be rostered on.
Oh, okay.
The Sunday shifts. It was not in a role that I'm in now though, so
Oh, okay.
it was in a different role, but I was still like the only person on.
That helps. When you're the only person on, there's a level of stress to it. And what's the other word I'm looking for? Oh,
Pain.
urgency. Because you're it.
See, after a while, that urgency just goes because you get comfortable and you stop giving a fuck.
Yeah, and you get to the point where you're like, I can deal with anything that's going to happen. I don't have to worry. So complacency does play as well. Fidget toys.
but
Fidget toys help. If you're in an office and you can't make noise, try to find some that don't make noise. But fidget toys help. Oh, look, we have another face.
ooh,
I don't think anyone else here has a webcam, do they?
No.
I mean,
Bro, why is
right,
it like
so-
super out of focus? man?
Put your hand over the lens and bring it back and see if that fixes it. It did for a second there.
I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know. There's an outline. We can see there's a person there. See, I hope I answered your question, Yowie. Basically, find something that you can distract yourself with temporarily. And that's really all I can give you advice with because, like I said, everyone's ADHD is different. Fidget toys are great. They're good. They're good. Because it's just something you can do with your hand to distract yourself for a second, stimulate, get those... what's that stuff that we're missing called?
Chromosomes?
No.
Who the fuck just laughed?
Brain cells?
No. Not endorphins. Dopamine.
That high.
computer science undergrad, and having a work did make me focus. I gave it 100%, but the boss always wanted the work to be done really quick when in reality it does take a lot of time. One of
I think
those
that's just
bosses.
software. I think that's just software dev and those
Yeah.
particular companies in general. Like,
Early
those
on
sort
in
of-
the career, I couldn't give you much advice, but I know once you're established, a good thing is to start setting boundaries. Like get your manager plus his manager involved in a conversation about boundaries on how much they oversee your work. Because if they're sitting there and they're micromanaging you, that's going to not only affect your concentration, it's also going to affect the quality of your work. And you need to make that really apparent very quickly. It's like, the more I micromanage, the more mistakes I'm going to make, the more time I'm going to take. So he needs to back up type thing. Obviously, more diplomatically than that. But yeah. No, it's good. It's good. But yes, welcome to the stream. Thanks for participating. I do have a Discord server if you have more questions at later times after the stream. And we're all happy to talk about it. Because someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I've got the link to my Discord on the page, my Twitch page.
I'll spam it in the chat.
Oh, sweet. Here's man.
Oh. Yeah.
Mohib has arrived.
There you go. Welcome to the Discord, man. Say hi to everybody and introduce yourself. We are all pretty much a bunch of nerds, so anything nerdy related we'll be interested in.
Please keep the Sharia law to a minimum, though. We don't want a repeat of August the 3rd.
Yeah, we don't talk about August the 3rd.
I have questions, but
It's a joke. Nothing happened.
I'll leave it for another August the 3rd.
Just to clarify, in case someone actually gets worried that something happened, did nothing happen?
Nothing happened. August the 3rd.
That's just like what someone would say if something did happen and they didn't want to talk about it.
I don't think anyone was actually online on Discord on August the 3rd, to be honest.
I'm just messing.
You know what? I'll tell you what, though. You know what happened on August the 8th that really made me irritated? None of you fuckers wish me a happy birthday.
You're on
man.
holiday. I don't know. Like,
You're
with
all right.
people's birthdays, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I just treat it like myself, and like, I like to be left alone. And I don't need a reminder that I'm older.
See, I don't care about the whole age thing and stuff like that, but I mean, I'm streaming about ADHD and talking to people in chat and stuff. Obviously, I love attention.
See, I hate it. I hate it. I don't like when when people like even at work and they'll say, "Oh, you've done a good job." I'm like, "Oh, cool. I guess." Like, I don't know how to. Like, I more comfortable receiving like criticism feedback because then like I can work with that. But like, yeah, I don't.
Okay. This is cool. This is cool, but this highlights how me and Matt both have ADHD, but we have two very completely different
Like,
mindsets on.
I do
this.
shit that causes attention, like, you know, the haha guy, and like I'll, you know, stir the pot and do things like that. That's the sort of the attention that I like, but not when it's focused on me. Like, I don't like, you know, being in the spotlight or being the center of attention, like that sort of thing. I like the entertaining people and things like that, but I don't like being the spectacle.
You like creating the entertainment, but not being observed on it, pretty much.
To a point, yeah.
See, I was probably worse than that up until I was 15. I'm going to say 15, 16. But Basically because for most of my life, when I was the center of attention, it was bad. But I went to a youth group. I know, cringy. I went to a youth group. And there was a singing competition. And my mate entered me into it for a bit of a laugh. And it was like, you won $5 if you sung the best. And basically it was, you had to sing a romantic song to one of the youth leaders, for just like a snippet thing. And it was just a little bit of a song to, like, you know, see who could sing the best and do the best song.
So you're a kid singing a romantic song to an adult.
Yeah.
And they're a Catholic or Christian youth group.
Yeah.
There's
no leaps of logic here. I mean, it was if it wasn't for the fact that she was quite young and attractive, I probably would have taken a problem. Oh yeah.
Okay,
no, wasn't a dude. Wasn't a dude. It was a girl. But yeah,
I was about to make so many jokes that probably get you.
But yeah, there was about 8 people who gave it a shot, and my mate pushed me up there. He's like, "Come on, you can do it. You're on the list and stuff." And for some reason, I went, "Oh fuck it, I'll give it a shot." Sung my best, got a round of applause, and I won. And then Then I was forced to do a speech thing in front of the school.
Oh god!
And I got a round of applause, and I was like, "This actually feels good." Ever since then, my fear of public speaking and my fear of being in the limelight has flipped to a desire to be public speak and to be in the limelight. It's very odd.
Yeah, I'm good at public speaking. I think like I have no like qualms against it. Like I'm always keen to speak in groups. Like I'm not afraid of it at all. I just like I've really gotten past the point where I care what people think in a negative way. Like I couldn't give a fuck. Like yeah, it sucks when you get like bullied or something. Like that's different. But like, oh man, Joe doesn't like me because of the way I talk. Oh crap, man.
Yeah.
But I think my problem with public speaking is I come across wrong all the time. Like I have trouble expressing what I'm trying to get across, and it comes out just like a jumbled mess because of my thoughts are trying to catch up with what I'm trying to express.
No, I get that. Oh. I had something to say, and literally it just out of my head. Fucking hell. Yeah, I think I've actually become more insecure about what people think about me since I've gotten older.
Why?
I have no idea. 'Cause when I was a teenager, up until like my mid-20s, I didn't give a fuck what anyone thought about me. But then I started caring about people who I thought were in a senior position to me in life. Like not necessarily older, but like better at what they do or what I do than I am. And it kind of filtered down from there to like, I'm at the point now where I actually care what my friends think about me. When I was in high school, it was like, if my friends don't like me, I will beat them into submission till they do. You know, I just...
Yeah, I care, obviously I care about loved ones. And like, you know, like people, you know, like that. I mean, like, as in people is in a general concept.
Oh, if it's a random person on the street or random people in the street, yeah, I don't give a fuck. It's just, if they have some form of impact, like my chat. I had 9 viewers a couple of seconds ago, only got 7 now. I'm wondering what made those 2 people leave. Yeah, I actually care.
One was the bot that I created, and... No, that's kidding. Yeah, I get that. But, like... I was the opposite. I was so insecure in school. And I can't remember... I think it was like when I was 25, where I was just like just always posting like cringy statuses on Facebook, and just like really worried about stuff. And I'm just like, man, I just don't give a fuck anymore. It's too tiring. Like, damn, person doesn't want to hang out with me. Shit, oh well, I'll go play WoW or something. Like,
See,
you know, man.
I get that. I am glad MySpace doesn't really exist in the way it used to anymore. Because the cringy shit I probably had on that. And Bebo? Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah, Bebo. I was actually gonna say Bebo, man. The Bebo would be so bad, man.
But
Like, because that was when I was like 14, 13.
my Bebo had, you know how you could customize the cursor on it and everything?
Yeah.
So my cursor was a razor blade dripping blood. And when you went onto my page, it started playing King by Satricom. And it was all like, you know, gothic architecture. And oh god, it was fucking terrible.
It was like when the internet you still had like stickers or like the little banners that you had on websites.
Yep.
And they used to flash. It was like, oh, new Twilight movie, and you could put them on the websites and shit.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
I gotta say,
Yeah, no.
I miss MySpace to a certain degree, what it used to be. I mean, look, I feel bad. I think all of us betrayed Tom. Know what I mean?
What do you mean?
He was our
What do you
first
mean?
friend on MySpace, and we just left him for Facebook, you know?
Tom's on Facebook.
Well, I don't have him on Facebook. He hasn't accepted my friend request.
Try block Mark Zuckerberg on Facebook, but you can't do it.
I probably could.
You can't.
Couldn't, sorry. I
Yeah,
went to
you
say
can't. Yeah,
Can you
you
report?
can't block.
Can you report him for harassment though?
Ooh.
Let's try that. Try reporting him for harassment.
He sends you a photo of him looking at the camera directly.
Or just start spamming his every single post he puts on Facebook as false information. You are fake news.
Yeah, and Tumblr. Did you have a Tumblr?
I never had a Tumblr. I never had it. I knew it was there, but I never had one.
I love how they brought in that policy and just overnight it just it's so hard.
That's like, oh, you're an internet company. We don't like internet anymore, so we're gonna ban the internet. There goes like all of the customer base.
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't OnlyFans try that at one point and then went,
Yeah,
wait a
they
second.
did.
That's all
Wasn't
of
there-
our business.
This was different. I think I'm not sure why Tumblr did it, but I'm pretty sure they were forced to, I think, by the credit card companies
Ugh.
or payment processors or something.
Yeah,
It was
OnlyFans, yeah.
yeah, it was a lot more like OnlyFans like didn't have a choice. I'm not sure about Tumblr.
OnlyFans, they got around it, obviously.
They had to.
They're still around.
Yeah, that basically
around
they
it.
went to all of their investors and said, "Hey, the credit company's given us a hard time about this, but this is where your money comes from." And all the rich people who invested went, "Oh, we'll have a word with this credit card company."
Yeah.
That's usually what.
Although I
happens.
did see some pretty interesting stuff. I don't know how true it was about OnlyFans that they were like almost like doxing or something people who were on other sites.
Oh,
I don't know, it was something really shady that was like
I just
they
like
were trying to stifle competition or something. It was really
I just like Kanye West. He's like, yeah, I get my OnlyFans off Reddit. Like OnlyFans.
to be honest, he's not wrong.
nah, he's not. He's
Like he's not wrong on using Reddit as that platform.
Yeah. Like I respect the grind. Like, you know, people put themselves out there and do it. You know, like I'm all for it. But like, I'm a finna just go Google boobs or something, man. Like, I ain't paying
not.
for that.
I don't even need to put the effort in. I would just be like, you know, oh, waifu.
I just need to like, I don't know, go put my hand in the blender or microwave or something and do the Randy from South Park. He's put his balls in the microwave and then he jumps on them. You know, for that episode.
I have not watched South Park in a very, very long time. What the fuck is... Hang on, I have received an email. 20 plus spring gadgets you need now.
Ooh.
Ooh.
How is that making it through my spam filter?
Man,
Dude.
I found Microsoft's email has been pretty has been pretty shit lately.
Yeah, it has.
You mean lightly?
Like I get the ones,
Like,
you know, the ones with a really bad title, like Bitcoin Join Now thing.
Oh yeah.
oh, I've got at the moment literally like 40 minutes ago, investing in Bitcoin
Yeah.
now is the most sensible choice to make big returns.
Why is that getting
And
through?
it's got Walid Ali and
The Walid Ali.
I'm sorry.
yes,
If he's,
and
if he's
Cousins
giving
of
me
Wiz
any
Khali?
suggestions, yeah, if he's giving me any suggestions, I'm not gonna do it.
yeah,
You
no,
remember-
you do the opposite of what he tells you to do, right?
Yes, it's like invest in
That's how it
Bitcoin.
works.
Dump all of your stocks that you have in gold and oil. All right, so invest in gold and oil. Dump all in
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Remember
here we go.
Habbo Hotel?
I
Oh,
never
yeah.
used it. Never used
I
it.
used it for a bit, but I had to go jump through a few hoops for that back in the day.
Go jump for a few hoops.
I had to lie about my age to get on it.
Oh. Wait, because you're too old or too young?
Fraud, okay.
Wait. What do you mean? Too old or too young?
Young.
Okay, that's fine. That's alright then.
All right. So
It's like, wait.
we've had
Wait,
we've had two,
there's a.
we've had two quiet people here, so I'm going to start asking them some questions. So Twoop,
Add on.
your attention and focus. How has technology affected it?
In a blame technology for a long time. I get very distracted by anything on the computer, basically. I probably zoned out multiple times in this podcast, to be honest.
As possible, but do you find that you can focus on, say, like video games
Oh, mate, yeah, absolutely.
better than anything else in your life?
Yeah, that's pretty much where the hyperfocus comes in, right?
Yep.
Like, same with certain work stuff. Like, if I'm really interested in something, or anything, like, if I want to learn something, if I'm interested in it, I'll not focus on anything else until it gets boring.
Yep, that makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. So, Oz, question for you. Kind of feeding off that one. You there, Oz? Oz.
Oh.
I can't see. Has he muted himself or something?
No.
Eh?
He's awake.
Are you falling asleep, Oz?
No, I just had to shut the front door so
Ah.
Frank wouldn't climb up the fly screen.
Okay. So I asked Twoop how technology affects him and stuff like that, and then talked about how having ADHD, playing video games, you can hyper focus it on and shit like that. So, in your opinion, as someone who's fairly normal brained,
As normal brain as normal brain can be.
what is your opinion on kids with ADHD, like young kids with ADHD, and screen time?
I think it might be good for them, actually. It's something that attracts their attention, keeps them entertained. Not necessarily going to harm anyone.
Maybe, but let's say they're in school and they've got homework to do.
Well, they ain't gonna do the homework if they're playing fucking Mario.
There's
A
that.
whole lot of kids would rather not do fucking homework.
Yeah, I mean that's
Mario.
That is true.
Yeah, that's
That is true. But you've got the argument of like, well, if they're playing video games, they're not going to do their homework.
Well, I think it was my mum. My mum said, everybody hates homework, but if you find a way to make it fun, you're going to do it and remember what's being taught.
That is true. And that would be very applicable to someone with ADHD. If you can make homework fun for them, it's going to be great. That's fucking hard.
Yeah, because it's homework.
Yeah, exactly. But see, I have a mixed opinion about it because obviously I love technology and screens and shit, and I'm a massive nerd. And I also find that my focus is directed when I'm on a PC.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you have a kid with ADHD and you let them just sit there on a screen, nothing gets done except for the video game. And the biggest quandary with a lot of parents, especially these days, is where's the balance? How do you fit a balance in that? And I'm not asking that question to everyone here because no one has an answer to it. Like even professionals don't. Yeah, like if you had a kid with ADHD, how do you think you would approach that situation? And that's open to everyone if anyone wants to answer it as well, not just us.
Robbery.
I ain't fucking having kids. I ain't passing my genes on.
I don't know if what worked for us would work for them. Like back in the day, it was you do homework first, you prove that you've done it, and then you can go do whatever you wanted. That's how it worked.
Yeah, like I would probably, if I did have a kid or something, like they would have to earn the right to do it, and like like do what's reasonable. If they had a shit day at school, then be like, be a bit more lax on them or whatever. But like, they've got to know that it's a privilege, I guess, to like play video because they're a kid. And if they've got specific homework that is within reason, then sure. But if the teacher's being a dog and like telling them to read the Magna Carta before for the next week, then you got to be a bit more. Hey, this is bullshit.
Yup. The complexity with that is, what about if they start lying?
Beat the fuck out of them. Nah, no. Nah.
Like sit down, look at what they're doing, and then go through it with them.
Yeah, but what if they tell you they don't have homework? We don't have homework today. Miss didn't give us any. Or I finished the work so quickly in school today that I did my homework while I was there.
I mean, I would say, all right, sick, prove it, and I'd be like, I don't fuck with lying and shit. So I would really want to trust, if I had a child or whoever, I would want to trust them. But I'd be like, yo, show us that proof, fam. And I would give them benefit of the doubt. But like, yeah, I'd be really disappointed in them, I guess. And then, if they've lied to me, then I would focus more on the lying because that's more of on a moral level. And yeah. I work. You got a chat.
I have a chat. Oh, sorry. TAFE, and we use TikTok as a reward. Oh God, don't do TikTok. Don't.
I like TikTok.
It's I get it, but the problem with TikTok and YouTube Shorts is it's short form, and that's gonna split your focus into little fragments. Try to find like a 10-15 minute funny video or series instead of TikToks.
I disagree because like you're going against the tide of media as a whole.
I'm saying as a reward for working.
Yeah. But like the reward should be they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. So it's just like the reward shouldn't be limited to whatever authority wants. Like, oh, you've been a good boy, Jimmy. Here's a biscuit. You've earned your biscuit ration. Good boy. Like, they can pick whatever the fuck they want to do. And, like, it gives them that freedom. Like, yeah, they can just scroll on their phone, do whatever they want to do. Have some chill time. If they want to watch Goo Goo Gaga on TikTok, then that's their time to use it with, and they've earned it. I don't think that people should be putting restrictions on children's free time within reason. Obviously, we don't want them on 4chan or Pornhub. But do you get what I'm saying? Like,
I think I misunderstood what he was saying. Actually, I thought he was talking about his own rewards. Yes. No, that's fine. If you can, for a teenager, that's all right. If it's like you've done this work, you've succeeded, well, great. Have, I don't know, whatever time limit to do whatever, and TikTok's one of their things. That's fine. But Then I thought you were talking about when you like accomplish something at work. You kind of give yourself a gap and then go on TikTok.
No.
'Cause
I'm talking about the kids.
Yeah, I just when I reread it, I got it that I'd misread it. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine for kids. That's fine. But yeah, like I find if I finish something at work and I go on TikTok, because I'm splitting my focus between a whole bunch of videos, I will lose track of time, and I'll be like, "Oh shit, I've got 6 open tickets." You know?
No, when I finish something at work or something's gone right, I just do a sigh of relief and feel like, not today, Road. I'm not gonna go lie down on you today, and just take a minute and then move on. I keep on task because, like, I find especially with work, if I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, or if there's not a purpose or a specific reason why I'm doing it, then like it's the hardest thing in the world.
Oh, Jesus, what type of kids are you working for that you need to cry in the hallway, man? Shit, I feel bad for you.
It's in general.
Yeah, dude. I would cry in the hallway if I had to work with kids.
So I don't know. Teenagers at TAFE, I don't think I'd have a problem with that.
Yeah, but these are not standard teenagers, I would say. These are
Neuro-atypical like us. Maybe worse. Maybe worse in some cases.
Yeah, these are like Cartman from South Park teenagers, I would say.
Okay. Look, if they've got ODD, that is a whole different kettle of fish. Right. My daughter's half brother, he's got ADHD. Right. Fine. I can deal with that. I can even help him with that. He's got medium mild autism. Can deal with that. Not a problem. But couple those two with severe ODD. And he goes from being someone with a few mental challenges to a fucking monster.
What's ADD?
Oppositional defiance disorder. So he is intrinsically drawn to disobeying authority and fighting against it.
Sounds like that's a thing. I just thought that was just
No, it's a thing, and it can get very bad. Like you'll find there's a lot of people in prison strictly because their life has been twisted from not having any help with ODD. And it's
never heard of it before.
It's not that common, thankfully. But I've known 2 people in my life that had it. One is my daughter's half brother, and the other was actually my wife's ex. And he was like, he would get to the point where someone had told him he can't do something or he needed to do something, and he would go into his shed out the back with a baseball bat and start smashing the walls.
Man, that just sounds. I shouldn't say that. Never mind. Because I was gonna comment on it, but like, if you're saying it's an actual disorder, I shouldn't really. Yeah, I don't know. I have very like my patience for people that can't do like if they're hired to do something and they complain and moan and groan and piss and fart around, then I think I have the least patience for that type of shit. But like, yeah, like I mean, there's definitely always like room for compassion and like, you know, as long as they're not taking the absolute piss because they're like, I've got ODD. It would be the same as like, sorry, I've got ADHD. I will have this ready when it's ready. Like, I don't fuck with using my condition as a crutch. And I really detest when people do that. Like, obviously, different things are different. Like, if someone hasn't got legs, they're disabled. That's different. They can't do it.
Run that marathon. I can't run the marathon. Why can't you? I don't have any legs. That's just an excuse.
Yeah, like, yeah, I don't like, and the majority of people you'll find with a disability usually don't use it as a crutch, and they live around it. They don't let it define them.
Yep.
But like, I don't fuck with people that are just like, everything's too hard. The world's against me because I've got this one thing wrong with me. I'm like, bruh, the world could be worse, dude. Yeah. You've got a place, you got like food, man. Come on.
Yeah. The biggest thing about it is like when you give up to your condition, When you say
Yeah.
I can't do this because like with me, it's like studying. It's almost impossible for me to study. It's really difficult. That's not going to stop me from fucking trying. And it's also not going to stop me from trying to find ways to make it easier. You know, I've been struggling for years, but I haven't given up.
A thing is as well is learning to live within your means. It's like I don't think I could do the CCNA exams with we're just experiencing some of the tests and looking over the reading. I don't think I have it in me, and the reason why is I don't believe I have the sufficient drive. And if I don't have the drive, there's not a chance that I can force myself to do it. And it's not because I can't be bothered. It's just like I'm comfortable with learning at my own pace. Like I've seen so many people with the certificate that are still useless as dog shit on balls.
Yes.
Sorry?
Yeah, yep. No, I was just saying, yes, I know quite a few people with CCNAs who really have no business having it.
Yeah, so it's just like I try to be as modest as I can, which is ironic because saying that you're modest is sort of
Not modest.
not modest, yeah, which, you know,
I'm
it
100
leads
times
to
more humble than you.
but yeah,
I
so
get what you're saying though. I get what you're saying.
yeah, I like to feel like I assume that I'm the dumbest in the room, essentially, when I'm in a meeting with people, until they start talking or I get to know them.
Yeah.
Like, until I know these people, I'll just assume I'm the dumbest and just listen to and intake.
Yep.
Doesn't take me long enough to know that some people are fucking stupid, though. And, yeah, but.
Yeah, no, I get that. You dead ones. I'm pretty much the same. Like when I'm meeting people for the first time, especially in a professional environment, I will assume they know more than me, and that I have nothing to offer at the beginning. You know, it's like I don't have any insight that they don't already know. But then we'll, you know, often come to the conclusion at one point whether or not it's true. Like we had
you learned that real quick with me.
we had a work thing a few months ago. It was like an executive meeting, and I stayed quiet pretty much the entire time because the main topic of conversation was going overseas and being in other countries. It's like, I have absolutely no experience with this. I have never left New South Wales. So
yeah, it's my first time when this this place that shall not be named in the December date, which we shall not say, when we have the get together at the undisclosed location, will be my first time leaving the state.
Yep.
Ooh,
It's going to be new for me.
exciting.
But
yeah,
I don't know what the location. Like we don't even know the location yet. So.
it's really weird why they've put me on a different flight. Like I don't know why I'm on Air Arabia, but like it's whatever.
What?
Like,
but what we got to try and do? Is I think it's the Friday, the morning that we'll be touching down. We got to get these other three to come meet us somewhere between there and the hotel, because they're all from Melbourne. December 1st.
Oh, mate, I'm there on the 2nd. I'm in Melbourne on the 2nd.
That's when the thing is, the event.
Wait, is it the 2nd?
just come to the event.
Because I'm going to good things.
I don't.
Yeah,
No.
the 2nd.
No. This is a work thing, but
I mean, just
Yeah,
like,
no, I know, but
you can
that's
trust
fine,
me. If you've got a high vis shirt on, you'd be surprised where you can get. Like no one questions you, man. No one asks questions. You got a high vis.
If that's the sorry.
No, you go.
Yeah. I was gonna say if it's December 1st, I can do a Arvo thing that day,
that'll be sweet.
and I will be in the city.
Sweet.
I'm actually going to be in town on the 1st
Fucking sweet.
in the Arvo.
We should.
I'm pretty sure we booked the hotel for the day before.
Well, we'll when we actually get details, because we haven't got details, we'll give them to you guys, and we'll see if we can like meet up, even if it's like just for a coffee or something.
Yeah.
I gotta get going. I gotta actually go to night shift. So.
Yep, I was actually going to
will-
say we've been doing it for an hour and a half, and I do need to cut this up and put it on YouTube.
Yeah, and I also need to go food.
Yes,
So, yeah.
all good.
I will
Yeah.
jump off and we'll discuss at length possible meetups.
Yes, it would be good.
Awesome.
So
Good
thanks,
to chat.
thanks,
Yep,
guys.
good chatting.
If everyone enjoyed this, I would like to continue this series. Not necessarily about ADHD, but you know, having a chat every now and again and talking about a particular topic.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. No, I'm down.
Because I think it was fun. It's just sitting there talking shit. And I mean, there's no fancy graphics or anything. It's literally just cameras and us fucking talking shit.
Well, not actual shit, because that's disgusting.
A little bit. But yeah, so I'm going to, at some point in the very far future, because I can never get enthusiastic about it, I'll edit the shit out of this and put it on YouTube. So can everyone do me a favor and send me an image that they want representing themselves? Because I'm just gonna basically Slippery Gecko. I did not know.
Does it have to be IRL or
No,
you-
like an avatar, like a
yeah.
DP, whatever you want to use. Because when I put this on YouTube, I'm gonna just rip the audio, and I'm gonna have it so when someone talks, their thing lights up. Very simple.
Yeah, no, good.
You can use my
will-
Discord photo. I don't mind.
Yeah, same.
Oh, I probably will just use them. But yeah, all good. Yeah, thanks for coming, Slippery Gecko. I did not even see you pop in. I don't know if you said anything in chat or anything. If I missed it, I'm
No,
sorry.
I didn't. He was a lurker. I was
He was
lurking.
very, he just slipped through the cracks.
But yeah, oh, that's all right, man.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. That's heaps chill. If you watch, if you enjoyed this while you were working, that's actually really good feedback for me. And I'm glad to have actually done something good, because most of my other streams haven't done so well.
Are we going to make a podcast out of this?
Yes.
What's up, everyone? It's your boy Raeth66 back at it again with another podcast. Today we're talking about.
No, today we're going to do a virtual mukbang.
Oh, God.
Fuck off.
All right, now that I've made everyone cringe, I think. Oh, look at that! They just took off. What a bitch. With that, I'm going to end it off now. So thanks, you guys, for watching. Check out my YouTube, because eventually it will come to my YouTube channel, and it'll be a bit more shortened. I think I got a pretty positive reaction for this, so I think we're gonna keep going. Company that could not be named. Oh, hang on. Do I know you, Slippery Gecko? Do I know you? I think I may know you.
Yes. He's in my Discord, and
not mentioning names.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep doing this, I think. So I'll get you guys to do me another favor. I mean, I'll just use your display pictures if you're all cool with that.
Yeah, that's all good.
Come up with some names.
Matt.
Thanks for the follow, Slippery Gecko. Thank you very much. No, I meant names for the show.
Oh.
Because
Shit Talkers Incorporated. Here we go.
that's taken.
Damn it.
What about Rafe Talks?
I don't want it to be completely about me. I know I'm the host and all, but like, I don't know.
Does it need a name yet?
Not yet. We're not in a hurry.
We'll just call it
But just if you come up with a good one.
Podcast Untitled 1.
Generic podcast number 632, episode 1.
Chin Wagon.
That's taken too. There is a podcast called Chin Wagon, and the Aussie Chin Wag, and Mental Health Chin Wag. I have actually had a name and look at a few names.
I'll think of something and I'll DM you anyway, man. I gotta pop out anyway, bro.
All
Yeah,
good. I'm
cool.
going to cut this
Just-
stream out. So see you later and have a good one. Now, where do I post it? Where's the end?
Just
Catches.